One of the things that I do for new patients with cardiovascular disease, I ask them to imagine shrinking their head to a size that it could fit inside the arteries to your heart and find and look at the blockage. It would be an absolute cauldron of oxidative inflammation. So we need antioxidants, but no, do not go down to the health food store and buy a jug of pills that says antioxidant, because it doesn't work and it's going to be harmful. We need you to get your antioxidants from food. Fair enough. What food? Food that is high in what we call ORAC value. O-R-A-C. Oxygen radical absorptive capacity. So if you're having raspberries, blueberries, strawberries, and blackberries with your morning oat cereal, that's a terrific start. However, nothing can trump the antioxidant value of green leafy vegetables. So I need you to chew 6 times a day a green leafy vegetable about 3/4 the size of your fist that you're going to first boil in water 5.5 to 6 minutes so it's nice and tender. Then you must anoint it with several drops of a delightful balsamic vinegar or rice vinegar, because the acetic acid in those vinegars has been shown to restore the nitric oxide synthase enzyme contained within the endothelial cell that is responsible for making nitric oxide. Now, therefore, you're going to chew this alongside your breakfast cereal, again as a mid-morning snack, again with your luncheon sandwich at 3, mid-afternoon, 4, dinner time 5, and I adore it when you have that evening snack of kale. What are you doing? All day long, you were bathing and basking that horrible cauldron of inflammation, the plaque, with nature's most powerful antioxidant. Now, that's number one. That's the original nitric pathway from our endothelial tissue, which now we really ought to address the second pathway, because as I said, the first pathway, by the time you're 50, there's only 50% of that left compared to what was there when you were age 25. When you're over 75 to 80, you've lost close to 70% of that number one pathway. And nitric oxide is such a valuable molecule. It's been exciting to understand how we can use a second pathway that the body makes available to us that is just really sort of emerging in clinical awareness. And that is, you do the same thing. You chew the green leafy vegetable. But when you're chewing the green, you are chewing a nitrate. As you chew that nitrate, it itself is now being reduced by these facultative anaerobic bacteria that reside in the crypts and grooves of your tongue. That green nitrate you're chewing is now being reduced to a nitrite. Now, when you swallow the nitrite, your own gastric acid reduces the nitrite to more nitric oxide. So it is a very powerful and exciting pathway. And obviously, while you can improve it with 1 dose of arugula, or 1 dose of beet greens, or one dose of kale, if you have it, again, as 6 times a day, you're really actually optimizing the capacity of this second pathway. So this is something I think is so important and essential in treating these patients, to have them recognize what the importance of this is. Now, you might say, well, what are the greens that I'm talking about? They are bok choy, Swiss chard, kale, collard greens, beet greens, mustard greens, turnip greens, Napa cabbage, Brussels sprouts, broccoli, cauliflower, cilantro, parsley, spinach, and arugula, and asparagus. And the top 5 are kale, Swiss chard, spinach, arugula, beet greens, and beets. Pretty exciting stuff.